back with the Waypoint launch stream, 72 games in 72 hours. It is 5 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Holy shit, it is 5 a.m.
It is 5 a.m. I'm joined by Waypoint's publisher, Joel Fowler.
Hello, hello.
By Dinosaur Trey.
Trey Dinosaur.
Social
Hey,
editor
everybody.
of Vice.
Yeah, hey.
I am Austin Walker, editor-in-chief of Waypoint. And we're going to play a game I actually wrote about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, in an article called Why Vice Gaming is Now Waypoint. It's a game called Dragon's Dogma. This is the PC re-release with the DLC. It's Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Like the game we just played, Far Cry 2, it's a game I like a lot because it has an element of like disempowerment in it. Specifically, like nighttime in this game is dark and it's hard to see and it's like scary, which is not the way most like fantasy action games are. Like most of the time, fantasy action games is like, oh, it's blue outside. But in Dragon's Dogma, it's like, I don't want to be out there.
It's actually dark.
It's actually dark. And I think I'm about ready to do like kind of a long quest.
So is this your save?
This is my save from home.
This is your actual character.
This is my dude from home. This is my character who is taken in from Friends at the Table, which is my tabletop role-playing game podcast. I just realized I have to turn on VSync. Oop, that's not what I wanted. I'll turn on VSync real quick. There we go. At home, I have a monitor with a thing called G-Sync, which is like, you don't even need VSync. I got it. VSync is the thing that makes it so that like when you turn and move and shit doesn't fuck up. Oh, I didn't mean to stab that board. It's been a little while. All right, what do we need here? Let's go on a mission. We're gonna rest. We're gonna bring this
Which
dude.
one is milk, which one is beer? Here we go.
This dude Raynard, who's
This
like
is
a salesman. We're just gonna escort him, and we'll just get a little taste of what the action looks like here. Actually, we're gonna heal up and like chill at this inn for a night, and then we're gonna go. I'm playing a class called a Magic Archer.
Okay.
It's cool because like he's an archer who just has a bow with no string on it, and it's like I got it.
Magic
I got magic arrows. Yeah.
Classic.
Stay
I like
tuned.
that you just walk around with your knives in the
And my
inn.
knives are ready.
It's ready to go.
You never know.
So this is the Waypoint.
This is like one of the games that made me think about like what it means to be. Oh,
To set a waypoint at night.
Right.
You went out at night.
I went out at night.
And there was a mission you said you had to stay
a
out.
dope system, which is like you have followers who are like they're called pawns. Oh shit, they sent me back like a for real thing.
Oh, wow.
So you send out your pawn, and then, no, keep this cool shit.
How did I perform?
You send out your like NPC, and they play with other players. So like I'm using one of my friends right now, their like NPC buddy, who will go out on adventures with me, and they come back like with new XP, new like equipment that they found, and knowledge about the world. So I'll be off on a quest somewhere, they'll be like, oh no, shoot this one in the eye, that's its weak point or whatever, because they did it on another player's game, which is real dope.
Yeah.
What?
So the people,
Yeah.
the named people around
Yeah,
the
name,
town,
the
are
name,
those-
that like Castile is my pawn,
Okay.
and then Phantasmo is my friend Nick's pawn.
Imagine naming your child Phantasmo.
Phantasmo is
Imagine like
I know,
giving
well-
birth to a beautiful baby boy and being like, his name should be
his
Phantasmo.
name. It's my boy Phantasmo, the great Phantasmo. Also a Friends of the Table character.
What is your name?
Alright.
My name is Malguin.
Okay.
Okay.
He's a dope character from friendsoftetable.net. Shout out to my players.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to Austin's
All right, so
podcast, you should get on it.
this dude Raynard has to go to. Let's pull up the map real quick. It's kind of far.
You're gonna set a waypoint?
I'm gonna set a waypoint. See, it says right there, set
I
waypoint.
thought only Halo had waypoints.
Not. I think it's up here somewhere. For now, I'm just gonna set this like. Yeah, let's put a marker up there.
How do you just guessing that you
Oh,
know that
I
it's up there?
recall from playing this game
Okay.
before that it's up there.
And then once you uncover map fog, it's
Yeah, I think I can also pick it here, and that'll set a waypoint for me. Yeah, there it is. It's up there. So I was way off. All right, so we're gonna set one over there. Set that one right there. That's where we got to get to. And the combat in this game is just really good and fun.
The Duke's burden is correct.
There's good sounds for picking things up. Like, just listen to this little bell. Oh, it's a good bell for just. I'm gonna pick up all these herbs.
I'll take
So yeah, as a magic archer, I can do shit like this. Like I can switch off to Secret Bolt, to lock on all these fools, pop that shit in the air. Put on that threefold bolt.
Yo, Castillo better stab somebody. That was.
Castillo's a mage, so she's gonna do some like magic shit. I trust. Watch what she's about to do. Castillo about to go off.
Electric.
What is Phantasma doing?
Phantasma gonna go off too. You'll see.
I like that dual knife.
Dual knives don't fuck
5
around.
points.
Okay.
I'll just get up on a
Oh, I
dude.
see that strategy now. All right.
That's my strategy now. Is just knifing a dude. They fuck me up though.
I shall blind it. 'Tis a trembling foe. I cannot take
Up until now, I've had a very like strength-focused build.
Yep.
So I'm like, my knives are still way better than my arrows right now.
Yeah, your arrow does not take a lot.
Well,
off.
that one does, because it just like chases the dude around.
Right, but when you hit him with just one.
Yeah, not that
Yeah.
much. But it's also just the first magic bow that there is. Oh shit, someone's dead. I gotta go res somebody. Castile got fucked up.
Pull your weight, Castile.
The grime had lurked along the shore since ancient times.
I'm trying to say Castile. All right, so we got a long way to go.
And how long is like day-night
With
cycle?
Grand Soren as a base.
I'd say like 20 minutes maybe, something like that. Like I'll be away from this castle, and I'll be like out on a distant point. Lots of people making noise over to the left, over to the right.
Oh, caught you.
How's the chat doing? Yeah,
Good,
knocking
man.
people off the top like that feels really
Chat's
good.
good.
Yeah, cut him up. Cut him
I'm gonna
up.
cut him up.
Cut him up.
I should do like this dope kick if I time it right. There it is.
Oh, you caught up in some bullshit right now. Yeah.
I'm out of stamina. I fucked up. I overexerted myself.
Yo, run away. Run away.
I'm trying to get some distance. I don't remember how to do the slides. How do I slide? There it is. There's my dodge. Nah. Well, Raynard's already fucked up real bad. That's not good. I'm not doing great either. There's that heal.
They said, call the podcast the mini-map podcast.
I've seen a lot of that. The heal.
First time.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Brand new.
The podcast name can't be on the nose.
Yeah, it can't be.
The site is, it's not on the nose for us, but it's
close.
it's in that realm.
It's around the nose.
It's around the nose. It's in the nose region. So the podcast name, it can't be something like,
Honestly, man, just go like 3 years without the podcast having a name.
People are really torn on that actually, because like some people think that would be real funny, and other people are like, don't ever do that shit. That shit's only funny for stands. And just like,
I learned what anime stands were last night.
it's just a stand's a stand, whether you're an anime stand or something else.
If you do name the podcast, though, you should just make it like not completely related to video game or whatsoever.
That's or just like it could end up.
Have 2 podcasts. Have one that
Have-
you just like fuck with people, and then like
We have 3 podcasts.
Oh, you guys just double teamed that.
Yeah, we
dude.
double team that dude. That's true.
The combat in this game is like surprisingly.
It's Capcom, right? So like
Smooth.
there are moments of it that feel almost like, well, our boy got killed.
I think a lot of people in the chat were saying
We have triumphed.
they hadn't checked it out at this speed, or like maybe they were playing it on a system that
Oh, I see what you're saying.
so it was much slower.
Let's go do a different quest then. Let's do. People are coming in. It's the morning. I keep forgetting that, like,
Yeah.
oh right, time is passing.
oh shit, yeah. I keep forgetting I should go
All right,
home.
I'm
I'm
gonna go
definitely
chase
calling
shadows.
an Uber
You
right
should
now.
go home. Call an Uber.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back in because like we fucked up.
Oh man.
Please don't overdo it.
I don't think I was ready for that quest yet. I think there's a second entrance to this place up here somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong.
This is the capital.
Oh, that's not expensive at all. Yeah, I'm definitely calling the.
What's good internet?
What's good internet? You can't name the show after something. You
Your-
can't name the show after
your
the
opening.
catchtrey.
Yeah.
All right.
Trey,
Trey the
Great seeing you. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Trey
I'll
the
probably stop
dinosaur.
by for a little bit in the nighttime.
Please come chill whenever you.
But hey.
Oh, I think he really wants a Trey the dinosaur
I
card.
think he needs that Trey the dinosaur.
Production, can we get a Trey the dinosaur card?
It exists.
I know it's in
All
there
right.
somewhere.
Man, he's already gone. We
I'll
lost
see
him.
y'all. Yeah.
That's it.
We'll get another one tomorrow. All right.
That slow pan over to you, Joel, where you just look kind of depressed and sad.
Just me. I know, I was depressed because he didn't get this Trey the dinosaur card.
It's all right.
All right, I think I must be just sitting in front of the speaker.
I think you are.
Or they got it loud as shit. I just
I think
never.
they have it a little louder than they. Or also, it's just quiet in here overnight. Normally, it's like lots of hustle and bustle. There's lots
Yeah,
of people.
I did hear a big bang downstairs.
Are they watching Big Bang Theory downstairs?
No, I just
Big
heard
Bang?
like a loud noise.
Oh, a little earlier?
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. I'm sure it wasn't a big deal. There's some weird shit happening though around the office. I just feel like there's just like I know no one's supposed to be here, but I feel like,
there's something watching.
yeah. Are there cameras or like?
Well,
is
there's
there
definitely cameras, but I feel like
is there like an overnight staff I don't know about? Like I work late normally, but normally it's not.
I went to the bathroom earlier. The stall next to me was empty. And I
But
just heard this tapping.
you heard a tapping,
Just a tapping.
a weird tapping.
It's just a.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
We live in one of the safest work environments in America. Voted by me. All right, I'm gonna do another different quest. I'm gonna do Chasing Shadows. Except that I have to wait until night for that one. Can I just report in somewhere? Oh, I know what I have to do. I know what I actually have to do.
God bless Trey. Where are we? We are in our office, in the lobby,
We are in our office. We're in
We've
Brooklyn. We're in Williamsburg.
taken over.
Hashtag take it over. There's this dude. All right.
Arisen. I am Sir Maximilian Eisenstone. I beg your forbearance whilst the worm hunt license you carry. Those missions
All right, so I can pick one of these missions. Tell me which one of these missions to pick.
will be my own. Choice
All
is
right.
yours.
Decipher a test. I'm just gonna take them all actually. I'm gonna accept all of these. Oh fuck, can I only take them one at a time?
Be my own. Choice
All
is
right.
yours.
I can decipher a
Investigate the
text.
cult.
Let's save that one. That one's.
You told me to pick one,
I
man.
did. All
I
right.
picked one.
You're right.
This task is no simple call to action, sir.
A more subtle
No doubt
approach.
take time. Perhaps you've heard of the society. In truth, most of what we know is the product. They are a band of heretics.
Band of heretics worship the dragon. There's a dragon. The dragon at the beginning of this game, you get killed by a dragon, but then you wake back up.
Their influence has grown. Pray, keep watch for signs of
All right, we go after salvation. Good news. I can talk to this dude about salvation.
Arisen, sir.
I actually had a
To sell some land.
middle school rock band called Salvation.
Did you?
Yeah, we played at church.
Was it a?
Any
Was it
rarities
a, like a?
It
Christian
was a
rock?
bad Christian rock band.
Good. Good.
And then my next band was the polar opposite.
Right.
It was called what?
My next band was the polar opposite of that.
What was the
It
next
was a
one?
punk band in high school.
Called.
Oh god, we had a lot of bad names. Quell the Hobbs would have been a good name though. I don't even remember what our names were.
Someone must know.
All right, Castile.
They're all confused.
Meredith knows who salvation is. I feel like they're in here
This is like intel gathering stuff for the first part.
for this little. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you go and do some shit though. So. But I also have a thing that happens here at night that I'm waiting for. So, I need to kill time in this town anyway, for a little while. So I can do double jumps, so. I almost literally, Joel, I almost asked you if you had any weekend plans. That's the actual problem with this, is we're gonna get through this, and then it's gonna be the week again.
I think,
It's like the regular week.
I think we get Monday off.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, no,
Clearly.
because we'll be here.
We'll be here
We'll do a full day of work on Monday. It's just that full day of work is gonna happen from midnight until noon.
until noon,
It's gonna be a long day.
and then we get sleep.
Yes. Are you watching ourselves with audio?
No, well,
Well, a little bit. All right, let's talk to that. There's somebody who knows some shit. Yeah, you know some shit. Talk to me about salvation.
they're still coming up with podcast names on me.
Any good ones? Because I'll listen to good suggestions.
All right, for 5:18 a.m. Sunday morning, name that podcast. 1591 people in the Twitch chat.
How many?
Not
1591.
Bazinga. Just get out of there.
Yeah, no, we're just like not gonna fuck with that at all. Like that's literally just you're asking to be sued.
Yeah. Nope, these are too complicated. Not even gonna say them. Nope. Nope.
The thing to remember if you're suggesting shit is also we have spent a lot of time thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
naming
yeah.
shit and like the problems with that can be, what's cool about different names, what's not cool about different names, what works with one audience but doesn't work with another audience.
Professor Killer would be great, but it needs
Nah.
to work for Patrick too.
And also, right, like real talk, this could be a thing where a year from now I get a different job advice. Like who knows? Maybe the site's doing so well that I want to open up a different site about robots.
You take my job.
Right.
Maybe you kick me out.
I'm like, well, maybe you've moved up. Maybe you run all Vice.
Fartbox is not good. I appreciate the
Good hustle on Fartbox.
hustle. Vice Titty doesn't make sense.
Well, because we couldn't get Vice City.
Talking Bluegrass.
Oh, I'll write that one down.
Talking Bluegrass.
Talking Bluegrass. I don't know. Maybe we can talk some Bluegrass.
I think that's a stretch. I think it's late. On Point is like if you were also covering sports really well.
If you
I
were
think
covering
would be
sport,
great.
yeah, that would be so good.
So we didn't really talk about this on the
We're talking about Vertical?
unnamed podcast, but yeah. We really like the name.
We talked a little bit, didn't we?
We talked a little bit about Vertical.
I really wanted to be Vertical for a
And
while.
Austin then fell in love with every V word in the dictionary.
Yep.
Um,
What's that?
and the site name as an action and a plane was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
But
Yeah.
Yahoo owns The Vertical, which is a sports blog, a basketball blog.
yeah, by apparently a very, very popular basketball coverage site.
I know where I want to go, and I just don't know how to find this dude. Is he up? He must be up. Yeah, he must be. Yeah, what were some of the other names and like other shit that we went through? Do you have that? Oh, do you have that? The chat stuff that
Oh,
we went
God.
through on your phone?
Oh, God.
On your computer?
I think I do.
You have it on your computer.
I
a
think I
bunch
have
of different excerpts.
screenshots of
Bring the screenshots up. We should have sent those over to
the video team.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Slumber Boys, that's good for now.
Slumber Boys is gone. That's the name of this podcast right now.
Yeah.
On the Slumber Boys.
I just gotta.
But again, the other thing that happens there is like, well, what happens if Danielle joins the cast in a more full
Yeah.
permanent way? Like, well, then it's not really Slumber Boys. And then what we have to do is we have to do that shit where like, oh no, anybody can be a Slumber Boy. We're just saying boy in like a non-gender way, which is like just some shit somebody says after they name something boy and then realize, oh shit, no, actually. Wait, where are you going, homie? You got a thing over your head. Who are you?
These are all on the nose, you guys. Dig deep. Open your third eye. Get
There we go.
creative.
All right, we're gonna Hilfigure Knoll.
Who among you has seen the dragon?
Someone must know something.
Let me see if I can get a better bow.
Someone's
Me,
talking about someone missing.
Someone's missing?
Oh, come on.
What do you mean someone's missing?
No, just people. It's way too late to make me have to fucking moderate people.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Come on, be good.
Have you equipment to enhance? This way to the capital.
The mild weather year-round makes Grancis well-suited for...
Waypoint's new podcast.
That's pretty funny. That's funny.
That's pretty good.
It ain't good, but it's funny.
Waycast is
I know. That doesn't roll off the tongue.
season pass is a fucking game.
That's like super gamey.
Yeah.
Like no one knows what that means.
Well,
Think-
people know what that. I know what that means with fucking DLCs
Shit,
that you
this
commit
guy's
to
jumping me.
before you know if a game is good or not.
Or say it again?
Season pass when you buy a game and then you buy the season pass to get all
The DLC.
subsequent DLC. Yeah.
Hold on.
But also, here's the thing: is like, have y'all checked iTunes to see if those are things? Because 90% of the things that get suggested are like there are like 2 mini map podcasts.
There was actually a really good. Someone said Waycast, like whey protein. There's a really good. Was it a Giant Bomb? It was on Giant Bomb Reddit when we announced the name, and they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be such a bummer for my new horse site, Waypoint." Or
Yeah,
this is gonna be,
Waypoint, and
yeah,
then,
this is really, really gonna get in the way of my new muscle building site, Waypoint, but WHEY. There's some really good ones.
The thing that actually, 2 things that happened, we talked about a little bit, or maybe I didn't actually talk completely about it, but one thing that happened was Marrow of Deezes of Marrow,
Oh yeah.
Viceland, leaked our name early by mistake, shouting me out. He shouted me out on an episode of Bodega Boys, and then like someone was like, "Oh, he didn't remember what my name was on the episode. We had just met that day," which is like that's fair. That's not a problem. And then someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, you were talking about Austin Walker," and his response to that was like, "Yeah, what's up, Austin? What's good, fam? Like, Waypoint is a great name."
Yeah,
And
Waypoint
this was,
is a
like,
great name on
a month
Twitter.
before we announced
Yeah.
it, which means like it was like a month before it had fully cleared through legal, it had fully cleared through like the executives, it had fully cleared through everything, and like that wasn't great.
But it was a
funny.
nice
It was funny as
cosign.
hell. Right.
In
Like,
hindsight, it's funny, but at the time, I was like, oh, fuck.
well, we had to go to Eddie to
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
it's Waypoint. We want to do Waypoint. I definitely was like, Jesus thinks Marrow thinks is good, which was great.
I'm sorry if I missed any good names.
I thought
Have I met Action Bronson? Yeah, he's here a good bit. I don't talk to him much because he's filming videos.
that video with him and that other dude go up yet? We had a chef in recently at Munchies. We had another famous chef,
Mario Batali?
another one.
Oh, I probably shouldn't say then.
That's what I'm trying to figure
You're
out.
being-
That's why I'm
you're
trying to
being,
be coy about it.
We're so bad at this right now.
It's late.
I just got a text that was like, don't talk about this thing that you talked about a bunch, the last thing. I was like, oh yeah, we're doing...
Wait, did we just now?
No, not this.
Oh, okay.
Best to proceed straight ahead, Mademoiselle. Hold on. The road splits here. Let's be doubly sure of which will see us to our destination.
The stuff that I'm liking right now for podcast names
We'll soon find the
has to do with it can play on the fact that there's like a waypoint is a physical space. I kind of like point to point. And I don't want to say point. I don't want to say Waypoint makes or Waypoint presents point to point. I kind of like something like rendezvous or frequency or something to do with the fact that like my friend Janine was like, oh, it could be something that was like, oh, there's a point to point is like this too. It's like, oh, it's a thing that happens multiple times in the week. I like, God,
What did I say? I said, when you said something about frequencies, I was thinking like cycles. Like frequencies has to do with essentially cycles and the speed of cycles, right?
what did you say?
Cycles.
Yeah.
But then to call it like the Cycles podcast would be
Right, that's true.
like,
yeah.
we're going to cover all the new press this week.
Right, which is not what we're doing.
It's not the vibe.
Though, like, I will say that the podcast is. if you
Vector
wanna
was
hear
on
us-
our name sheet, guys.
What was Vector?
Vector.
And Vertex are both on our name sheet. I like V names. We thought about those a lot. You know, the problem is that like, one, Vector felt a little too techy, and Vertex, a polygon is literally made up of vertices.
Right. Give it away, give it away, give it away.
Oh, good. Give it a waypoint. Yeah, got it.
Oh shit. Thank you. Please keep those coming.
Yeah, keep the good shit coming, obviously.
Destination.
Tasma, blow them dudes up.
Carry on my waypoint, son. I see what you did there.
The Golden and the Helm is their chief. Take aim for that chief.
Oh,
What?
someone has a good fucking name.
A word?
This is the best name
What is it?
I've seen.
Strengthen
Halfway.
Pretty good.
Think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Halfway point.
It's all right.
It's pretty good.
Is it like the halfway podcast?
The halfway podcast. You do it twice a week.
Right. But the second time isn't halfway. The second time is all the way.
Depends on when you start your week, you know. When you work in the service industry, Austin,
That's true. Friday's the beginning of the week.
you're starting on Friday.
Unless you're in a college town, then it's Thursday.
It's all a matter of perspective on your
What?
on your horizontal plane that you're on.
That's true. When I
What
was
we
in
call
college,
life.
we, for a long time, Thursday was the new Friday, right? But then what people realized was that if you could do, the thing was like, if you could go out and drink on Thursday, that meant you didn't have Friday morning classes.
And Atlanta pushed it to Wednesday.
So we pushed it to Tuesday, because at Hofstra it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday classes. So if you could go out on Thursday, that meant you were good on Friday morning. If you were good on Friday morning, you were good on Wednesday morning. Trent, Tuesday was the new Thursday, which means Tuesday was the new Friday also.
Take,
Why did Atlanta go to Wednesday?
Atlanta had a lot of the people partying in Atlanta were service people, so
Right.
I don't know why Monday and Wednesday night were always the best nights to do parties. All right, halfway's up there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, put it halfway on a list.
Thank you, Trim
I am here.
Fandango.
Good name. Write that down next to halfway.
The anime point.
Then a wolf.
That's a different podcast.
Patrick's new.
God, that segment was
That's
so
Patrick's
good.
new radio hour, radio
Yep.
drama
Let us head north.
with Victoria and Danica. I was fucking dying when I watched
Me
that.
too. I was laughing. I was in a bed laughing. I was on a cot. Beacon sounds a little bit too much like a conservative right-wing website.
Yeah.
Beacon sounds like they've kind of co-opted a lot of that shit. Same with like the Torch, the Blaze, like all
Yeah.
of that shit. It feels like a little bit too. Oh shit! There's like a big ass. There's a big ass
stunned it.
Cyclops up there. You see that Cyclops?
That arrow is sweet. Yeah, I see that. He's got tusk like a.
Yeah. Also, these wolves are not to be fucked with.
So you're in some sort of mode where you've slowed time to attack them, or you're just.
I think I think Phantasmo cast a slow area spell to slow them up, which is good because they're dangerous. Oh, Castile dropped. There she is.
Finish it quickly.
Oh, holding it down.
People kind of like halfway. Each podcast is one half of the week.
But that's not what halfway
That's a
means.
stretch.
That's a
That's a
stretch.
stretch.
That's a stretch. Like Friday just isn't halfway to anything except Monday, which isn't the thing you want to be reminded of. When a Wednesday podcast named Halfway makes sense to me.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the thing. Or like if we make Mike's podcast a monthly on the 15th, that would be a good halfway point cast.
Bearing. No. Fast travel's too on the nose. Obelisk is cool sounding. I've always loved the word
Yeah,
obelisk.
it's a good
but
word, but it's not like
great word.
I think it's dead already, Castillo. Chill.
Hearthstone is not happening. Sorry.
Oh, we can't get that?
Yeah, I think
Can't make
it's,
that call
I think
real
it's
quick?
reserved.
Listen, we got twitter.com/waypoint. We can't get.
The dialogue engine, is that what your podcasts are?
No.
That's a way to make Austin feel like a person.
Yeah. It makes me feel like.
Get back in that content machine, Austin.
Yeah. Ugh. I had a good conversation recently with Vinny about the word content, because, and I'm speaking for Vinny here, which I shouldn't do, but for Vinny, and I want to speak to his point because I think it's an important point, that like when you're in the business we're in the media business, the word content has been used for ages, and it's a useful word to have, because you can talk about your content strategy, which is like, oh, this is the strategy that we have for editorial, video, podcasts, everything. Like this is just our whole overall thing. But that over the last few years, it's one of those words that becomes, that has become used in other ways that makes it kind of not a pain, but like just not a fun word.
Yeah, it gets thrown too much into the, you know, like you are on the editorial side.
Right.
Which is, I think, a lot more shielded. I mean, you still get the same releases and the same, you see the same.
Drop, dog.
Nice.
I'm gonna go get, I have to go get that touch. He's not dead. He still has a ton of life, but now I can get up in here and try to get those tusks off. Also set that dude on fire. I'm gonna show you why this game is cool too. Get ready. Let me get
Yeah,
my
we need to
stamina
pause
back.
this content talk because you're fighting a
I have that shit on fire
flaming
too.
tusk orc.
Whoop! Missed him. Fuck. Whoop! He's gonna hit me with that big stick.
Now, are the stands like semi-leveled, like near as powerful as you, or are they just kind of like slightly helpful?
Pawns. Stands are JoJo's thing, but that's funnier.
I'm
No,
gonna
they all
skip
have their
calling them stands
they
for
all
the rest
have
of
their
the night.
own shit. Phantasma's actually like, way above my level right now. Actually, yeah, we popped his tusk off. There's the other one. Castillo's is going to town with that whip. Eat these grapes before they go bad. Things like seriously, things like grapes and apple, and like, see that sour? If it goes a little bit further, it becomes like worse than sour. Sour is good. You want something to be a little sour. I hit the wrong fucking button. I hit the wrong button. That's what's happening. There we go. Up. Fucking catch him on the back. There we go. Get up on that boy's head. Start digging in. Digging in. Knife, 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 knife.
We got him.
Got him.
Later, duder.
All right, so content.
All right, hashtag content. Let me see if there's any good names. Let me put my chair over.
And that was one of the reasons we liked Waypoint, was like, oh, this is a thing both from inside and outside of gaming. And it's a thing that even inside of the world of gaming is recognizable, but doesn't like shout video games in a way that limits the way in which some people are willing to engage with what would come out of it, right? Like if you look at something like the piece on D&D and prisons that's up right now, that's a great piece whether or not you care about games. That's just an interesting piece about the state of America right now.
And that feature came to you. We both read it,
Yeah.
the initial pitch, and it's just like, this is
awesome.
absolutely, yeah. Like it's
Like-
you know, there's things you have to think about for a day or two, and there's things you have to like work. It was just like, no, this story.
Yeah.
It's like people are not only in and out of solitary, figuring out how to continue playing a
your
game
D&D games.
to literally keep their
And that's
mind
up at
from
waypoint.vice.com right now. You can go see that.
Yeah, it's one of the top features on the page, and it's just like, yeah, that's one of those stories I would love to do in another
Format. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the future. Totally, totally. It's tough. Prison stories are tough to actually shoot.
Yeah, On the Vice News Tonight show, they did a show about the Alabama prison riots, and they had to essentially rely on a lot of like contraband cell phone interview footage to actually speak with someone, and it took a while. So
Right.
all right, that guy.
So this guy is what I am, or is the guy behind him? One of those two.
That guy's super tan.
Yeah, my dude's. So that character is the son of two gods in my tabletop game, and one of them is like a dark Indian subcontinent dude, and the other one's like a blonde white prince dude.
Got it.
And also they're both gods, but gods can just have baby.
Baby gods.
They're gods.
Which season is that on?
That's in the current. That's in the current.
Okay, I haven't caught up to the current miniseries.
Marielda.
I'm on your second.
Oh, that's so in the. You're on the Quiet Year.
Yeah.
That's the dude Malguin who shows up and like fucks up a bunch of mages.
Okay.
He ends up being a big character in that season.
We're talking about Austin's
Keith
little
Carberry, who was here
Austin's
earlier.
little Friends at the Table podcast.
Tabletop
I say little, but it's
We do all right.
amazing,
We do well.
and
We
one of the many reasons why we are so excited to have Austin around.
Keith Carberry, who was here earlier, with the Run Button, is on that podcast.
Oh,
Yeah. Shout out to Keith Carberry again. Hashtag.
are both the Run Button guys? Are they here?
No, they're gone now. They're up.
No.
They're in Boston.
Boston.
They drove down to be with us, which was cool.
They said they're doing Mario or Nintendo now.
They're doing every Mario game.
every Mario
Playing
game.
through every. The one.
Does
to
that mean
watch-
like the Mario parties,
Yes.
the Mario
Yes.
tennis?
So my favorite one is the Mario in Time one. They do my favorite of their Let's Plays. There's like a two-parter, and it just like it's just goofy and fun, and just look that up for sure. So like even this,
Type
how
it in.
dark this is. Like we were talking about dark games before. Like this is intentionally this dark, and when you put on your your lantern, it lights up. But like that ends up being a resource, and that's like the best feeling.
Leads into the earth, sir.
The path ends.
Give me them coins. Give me your money.
Austin, do you have a favorite tabletop system? I know you're.
Yeah, I mean,
talked
like,
a lot about what you use.
the one that's probably the game that I say is like a great starter tabletop system is a game called Dungeon World, which is by Adam Kobal and Sage Latora. Adam is gonna run Dungeon World for us tomorrow.
Right.
Later tonight, and like,
Later today.
yeah, like in like 14, 16
It's on the schedule.
hours.
It's up on the schedule.
I'm gonna button through this because I've done this so many times. And that game's really cool because the way that works is a tabletop game. Like, so that game is based on another game called Apocalypse World, which is by Vincent Baker, which is incredible and was a game that really changed tabletop gaming in a big way. Partially because like it outlined a set of rules for running your game in a way that was a little more narrative, a little more cinematic, and a little bit more collaborative.
Less rigid.
Less rigid,
Right.
way more about like figuring things out as they happen with your players, and less about like I'm gonna build a dungeon that you then go into and fight all the enemies and blah blah blah. And the way that game works is you roll two dice, you roll two six-sided dice.
There's something.
10 or above, you get what you want. 6 or under, you don't. 7 to 9, it's complicated.
Right. There could be a condition.
Right. There could be a
Right.
bunch of side shit. And so, like, obviously everybody has different abilities, but, like, those abilities end up being things like, so a good example is just, like,
Pause. We're not calling the podcast dabs.
we're not calling it
Continue.
dabs. We're not calling it dabs. Also, look, it's getting dark, and, like, I have my lantern out, but it's still, like, dark. And it starts to get, like, I don't know what's going to be around that next corner. And it's like the sun isn't even fully set yet.
Right. So I want to see this shit. I want you to stay out till the sun
Oh, sun will be
fully
gone soon.
sets.
So I'll be gone soon. I'm gonna go chill in this fortress up here for a little minute. So yeah, like a mage casts a spell, right? And after you cast a spell as a mage, or when you cast any spell as a mage, you roll your intelligence or whatever, or as a wizard, sorry. If you get above a 10, like, oh yeah, you did it. You did the spell. Nice
Right.
work.
No questions asked.
Right, no questions asked. If you did, oh shit, fuck out of here. If you get a 7 to a 9, yeah, you cast it, but either you lose that spell until you get a chance to rest, you draw attention, unwanted attention to yourself, or you lose. There's another like you lose a spell in a different way, weird thing, which is like, oh, you lose like one total spell casting thing, and it's like, oh, cool, like here's just a thing that happens. Or like it's never gonna be like, oh, I try to pick a lock and I roll a 7 to 9. It's not just like, oh, I didn't get the door open. It's like, oh, you got the door open, but someone heard you and they're coming for you. And even when you fail in a game like Dungeon World or Apocalypse World, it's not just like you didn't get, the game stops. And the thing that happened to me a lot when I used to play D&D in college was like, I rolled a search. Oh, you don't find anything. You failed the roll. You don't find the clue you need. Now we're off on some fucking wild goose chase for the next 3 hours of the game. In games like Apocalypse World and Dungeon World, it's like, oh, you found what you needed for the game to continue. You managed to break into the room anyway, but now there's evidence that you broke in.
And
like,
that's up to the
roll
liberty of the
GM, and
yeah.
like, we just rolls from there. In Apocalypse World, they're called an MC, which I like. So yeah, it's dark out already, as you.
It is very dark.
And this again is like a feature because.
All right, look up. I want to see the sky because you wrote about it. Yep, that is not a blue sky.
There's no blue out here.
That is a dark sky.
And there's no fast travel in the base game, or there's very, very limited fast travel. When the game first came out, you got like individual items that you could use to fast travel back to one place. You kind of got like, so I'll show you. I have this thing called, in fact, I'll set one up here. This thing's called a like port crystal or something. What is it? Yeah, port crystal. So I can put this down in the ground here, and that's like now I've made a fast travel point that I can go to. You got like 2 of those in the entire game. And then you only got these individual fairy stones that cost a lot of money, and you only got a handful of them to fast travel. So like you only ever use it when you're like, huh.
Absolutely desperate.
Huh. In this release, they give you a thing called the Eternal Fairy Stone, where you can just use it to go back to any of the placed port crystals. And there was an extra one also. So like, it's a lot easier and a lot more friendly. But I kind of miss the bit where it was just kind of like, nah, you deal with what
It's yeah, no, like Fallout for me. If I play it with fast travel,
right.
I mean it saves time, but I end up just not enjoying the game as much as if I play it, you know, without fast travel and with harder enemies.
Totally. Weird ghosts come out at night too, as you can see.
Yeah. There's just certain games, I don't know. I guess there's certain games I just want to run through and like complete, you know?
Right.
And there's certain games that I want to explore. But by the time I got there with Fallout, it was before the DLC came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of just like, I needed a break from that combat system for a little bit.
Sure.
Magic.
These ghosts are garbage. Yeah, physical attacks just literally don't do anything against these guys. But I'm glad I'm not a physical character. Oh wow, he just cast Holy on my shit, and now it's just crushing these ghosts.
You buffed your bow?
Buff my bow. Bowbuff.podcast.com.
Bowbuff.zone
Yep.
/Bazinga.
The Bazinga thing is hilarious.
I mean, I thought it would have gone away faster, but you guys named that episode Bazinga, so
That was
we
on
brought it
Patrick.
on
That
ourselves.
was on Patrick.
And I put it in the schedule and you left it, so.
Was it in the schedule?
That's the very last thing on this 72-hour stream is Bazinga.
I delegated that schedule.
Well, you gotta.
I just gotta watch my people better.
Yeah, you gotta. You said make this good.
That's what I said.
And
I
it's
said,
still good.
Danielle, oh, fuck me.
Oh shit.
I'm still alive.
You're still alive.
They got me. See, I couldn't see where I was going. I just fell off that cliff. I was like, oh, I think I can go this way. I could not go that way.
Leave it to me.
I'm just kind of flailing trying to get back. So like, this is what I love. It's like, okay, I think that that's home. I think I can get all the way back out there. But like, to do that, I have to go through the dark and fall off cliffs and shit.
It is nice to have a crew.
Yeah.
It would be you know.
If this was multiplayer, it would be like, well, so there is, in Japan they have a multiplayer version.
Well, no, even if you didn't have a NPC crew, like if you were just by yourself and it was
Right.
like pitch black,
Oh, it'd be even scarier.
it'd be even,
So there is a class, the assassin class gets a bunch of buffs when they're alone.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like you could build to be the characters
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just by themselves.
Yeah, just like that Fallout tree with no
Yes.
companion.
Yes, that's exactly like that.
Not be too careful at the water's edge.
I think I just ran past a bunch of enemies. So there's a
In the
bunch of-
water?
Yeah, there's a bunch of lizards out here, normally. Which were, oh, you know what? I was like, why did it get so dark? The answer is because I went in the water and it put out my lantern. I have to put it away and take it back out to dry
Oh yeah,
it.
whenever I need to dry my
You just put it
lantern off,
back
I
in
just put it back in
Yeah,
the backpack.
exactly. So I think
Good to
Castile
go.
doesn't have a lantern. What's going on? Wait, why does she have any of her shit? She should have a bunch of stuff that she does not have, which is not a good look. Whew. And like even that, like I'm feel good just making it back to this stupid city.
So we survived night.
We survived the night.
Outside as well.
We're gonna tail that guy and then maybe move on to something new. We'll see.
The fighting though, like when you described this game to me, I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect the fighting to be very fluid.
It's super fluid and actually like this is just one of the 6 or 9. There's 9 classes, and each class has like a ton of its own unique abilities and shit. And you're just like stringing together all these, especially the classes that are all melee, where you have like 6 special abilities equipped at any given time. You can like string those together on a bunch of different cool chains. It's really fun. Let's go tail this dude. Seeking salvation. Nope, that's not what I want. I want shadow the suspect. Here we go. Oh, is it too late? That's right, Chad. I'm gonna make you watch me do a shadow mission. When you, like the worst shit that's ever in like a GTA game where you have to like drive slowly behind somebody and make sure they don't see you.
Oh, we have to keep a certain distance. Fuck that.
I hate that
I'm gonna go to the
shit so
bathroom.
much.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom for that one.
Go to the bathroom for that one.
Vertex, compass. We thought about compass.
We thought about compass. Compass is like
Compass
close.
is pretty good.
Compass is all right.
Everything we name though can't be too like
Yeah. we
high
can't-
thought, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like then we're gonna be like,
Like-
some fucking hottie toddy. We
I do
still
think-
also want to shoot shit.
Right, right.
That seemed quite curious.
I want to blow shit up.
Let's pursue them.
Knight of the Duke's Court, unique for salvation.
I wish I could see the chat. Let's see.
Too far.
Oh,
Hell, Eliza. I would, but
I'm fucking goofed. I'm gonna pull the chat up on my phone so I can at least look at this during these cutscenes. If I can figure out how to do that, there it is. Wayfarer is like a good name for a spaceship if we invented a spaceship. I'm going the wrong ass way, trying to look at chat. Joel abandoned me.
business with the guild, sir?
Now, a lot of these are just like, they're too on the nose for the other side of this, which is like, oh, they like map names. And like, that's not that useful. I actually spoke with Jake Rodkin about this, of Idle Thumbs. And he was very much of the like, don't overthink it. People are going to like the name you give it because it's the name you give it. Thank you for saying hi to Ray and Pentagon Jr. for me, Jake. Different Jake.
Keep your eyes on our corner.
Let's not get too close. Oh, is he Pentagon Dark? I'm very far back on Lucha Underground. I wish I had time to keep up with that. I barely had time to keep up with that back in the day, even. I don't think Podcast 2, the sequel to Podcasts, is going to do it. I'm not logged in as Waypoint. I'm logged in as the Calcutech on Twitch. Or on, yeah, on Twitch.
Just what is this scrap to you?
Right, like, it has to be a name that I can just say out loud. Like, oh yeah, I also have this podcast. So like, why Friends at the Table is such a good name. It's like, oh yeah, okay, it's quick, it's on the tongue. It lines up with what the thing is. Fire by the Wayside is really long, and there's also already Bonfire Side chats. Like, Fire by the Wayside is an album name, not a podcast name.
Good work.
That's the thing, is like, names, on one hand, people who already know you, the name doesn't matter. Like, they're gonna follow you, they're gonna listen to what you do. But like, for people who are just learning about you for the first time, having a decent name actually means a lot in terms of like, oh, I'm communicating something about who I am.
I bid you a good day.
Nothing with my name or a specific reference to me makes sense either. Again, because you just never know. I could get into a car accident tomorrow and like, well, don't cancel the podcast. That should just become the Patrick and Danielle podcast. So it probably shouldn't be the Austin Walker Power Hour.
And in secret, what's more,
That'd be a nice, like, in memory of Austin Walker, who died in that terrible car accident, the Austin Walker Power Hour. No, it's not. Don't do that. You're not going to name anything after me if there's like an accident? Well, it's an accident. That's why they call it an accident, Joel. That's why they call it money.
I have a hat somewhere.
Yeah, I saw Quadrant. I think Quadrant's too, like, Quadrant would be great if we had a 4 times a week podcast.
Oh, it's Unite then, is it?
Boom, did it. You missed literally that entire mission exactly.
The shadow one?
Yeah.
Good
Never
timing.
tire of this place.
I'm gonna push this segment another 30 minutes forward so I can keep playing this game I like for 30 more minutes, and then we'll switch to something else at like 6:30. Keep talking, being my chat proxy, Joel.
Yep, as soon as something good comes in.
All right. Or if anybody has questions, I'll answer questions. That's the thing I'm missing right now.
The charter, kind of like the charter, because when Danielle comes on, it could be the charter 3.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll report in about that cipher. I did not finish my dissertation.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I didn't finish that like because I had to launch a website, and also because it was the tuition was like $6,000 a semester, even though I'm not using any like faculty resources or like the library or anything, and so I'm like temporarily on pause on that because it's a lot of money. Also, because a lot of academics I knew were like, don't like you're good, dude. Like this is the academic world is terrifying and scary right now.
It's
You got the thing you needed from this.
I commend, anyone.
I would love to go back. Like I absolutely would love to finish once things are more stable and I can afford to spend $12,000 a year or,
Right.
or $18,000 a year on classes I'm not taking. I'm gonna route a monster infestation.
We have urgent word. A horde of goblins struck the fortress while it was still, though the hold is remote.
I'm not gonna do this. There's already a video of me on the internet doing this exact quest, so I'm not gonna do that one.
Choice is yours.
I'll eat a research team.
By the Duke's decree, we stand as one arm of that pursuit. One such ruin has of late come home to
I dropped out of college.
Did you?
Yeah, I was
Grace has commanded the utmost
All right, we've had this talk, but the chap doesn't know this.
I was paramedic
Uh-huh.
because I was pre-med. And pre-med is essentially just a bachelor's in biology.
Right.
And I needed to pay for school, so I got a job on an ambulance as an EMT.
Oh, wow.
And then you go from EMT to paramedic.
Right.
And I moved up here to finish pre-med. And I just got super burnout so I'm like eating a vitamin C tablet.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. I got super burnout on
I can't go into this church
on
yet.
working in medicine.
From being a paramedic.
I was on an ambulance for like six years.
Shit,
So I
man.
did like 4 or 5 in Atlanta and then one up here. And then I transferred to BMCC. And I was gonna go for this marketing degree just because it was like so broad. And literally someone I met at a coffee shop like offered me a internship that turned out to be a job
Oh, wow.
that like led to
Yeah, man.
somehow
That's cool.
being here.
I'm gonna level up real quick.
What will it be? At your pick. Any you like.
Order set skills, learn skills. All right, what do I got? I got higher Sunflare. I don't really like Sunflare that much.
Those are your magical skills?
These are
for
all the
air?
different skills I have. So because I'm a magical archer, I could also use a staff instead of daggers, or maybe a staff instead of the bow. But I
You need range.
I'm gonna stay on this. So yeah, see, I literally only just got the first.
I'm gonna do is actually like a lot simpler
Yeah,
in a lot of games.
it's a pretty simple, straightforward thing.
Is this
That's what I
just
want.
is this on console as well?
Yeah, totally. On PS4. No, it's on PS3 and 360. They did
It is
not-
pretty old.
Yeah, totally. But then this version only came out last year. The PC version only just came out, which is good. I do want more. I want this one. One thing about this game, for people at home, hot pro tip, this version, or this skills like this, are like, oh, it extends the limits of your stamina. That sounds really good, but it just gives you a flat bonus, which is not good ever, like in any game.
Yeah, Danielle is still a volunteer EMT.
Yeah, totally.
My license, you have to maintain your license every single year. You have to do X amount of hours of continuing education, or you can take an exam, kind of test out of that stuff. And after I got out of medicine, I gave up my paramedic
You were like,
license.
nah, no more.
Yeah. I just didn't have any money and time.
It's expensive.
Yeah. I still remember most of it. I don't remember the like drug dosages and
Right.
all of the basic like stuff is still there.
Change these skills up. Stay on those.
Ooh, too soon.
Yeah?
Someone said, Austin likes V names. How about Vine? It's not
Poor
going to be
Vine.
used anymore.
Poor Vine. What do you think about that? What do you think about Vine being?
I liked Vine for Vine.
Right, me too.
And,
I just mean, what did you think about Vine going away?
I don't know, like, monetizing a platform is
What will it be today?
really, really tough.
Yes, it is.
And it's very easy to sit from afar and notice all of the things that you know a company is doing wrong. It's very, very fucking difficult to actually like evoke that change and
make it happen.
And make it happen.
Sure.
I liked Vine as a platform because I love the creativity you could kind of
Do you think
put
part
into
of the,
like 6 seconds.
Do you think part? Yeah, me too. Totally. Do you think part of the frustration there is just like general frustration with Twitch, or not Twitch? Sorry, with Twitter, not feeling like they don't necessarily have a good feeling for like other shit is not always great on Twitter. Like they don't take a lot of great steps to prevent harassment or have great tools to help people like report collectively things that are happening against them, or the level of communication at least makes it feel like there isn't a lot of support there, regardless of whether or not there are people working hard at doing that.
I think those are user concerns. I don't think those are
No. But then, do you think that what I'm saying is like those user concerns are part of why there was such a backlash against the shutting down of Vine? Is like, y'all have other shit to take care of, and also now you're taking away a cool thing. It's like you're already on the naughty list, and also now you took away this thing that we all really love.
It's a tough question.
It is.
What will it be today? Have your pick.
I think
What do you like?
as a platform,
What will it be today?
nowadays your measured success is growth,
Right.
consistent growth, and even if whoever's using your platform loves it or I mean, if you look at how you communicate with your friends, contacts, and
Totally.
it's Twitter.
Yep.
Like, you're not on Facebook all the time. You're not, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's become your main means of telling people what you're doing, keeping up with people, communicating, and I don't know. I mean, I liked what like Vine brought out in terms of people, and I just like never kind of I've never been interested in going on Instagram for videos.
Right, sure.
You know, kind of like the medium. But then again, like at the rate that technology and platforms move these days, it's kind of like you're like old-fashioned if you like something 2 years ago.
Totally.
And
Well, that's one of the things that's kind of tricky is like the fact is that we're at a place
it's not a
now
good thing.
where there are not right.
When you're downsizing something or something you invested heavily in, it's
One of the things that's tough is that like we now exist in a place where a huge amount of people can really like something, and that's still not enough for it to
totally
be
it's
sustainable.
weird, right?
What will it be? Understood.
And that's means there's a real high chance of a lot of people being bummed and feeling like they are a large enough group that should enable them to be heard, or that like, well, why, we all love this thing, why can't you figure out how to make it work or something?
Here we can rest.
Unplug my IFB because it is buzzing at me really loudly. Which means that the mic is
I was
or
trying to
the
take
battery's
questions.
dying.
On the late night shoot. Waypoint's Twitter still says you're rocking Far Cry 2. Well, let's fix that.
All right, I have to go talk to that priest. That's what I'm doing.
Can you guys talk more about the conception of Waypoint? When you guys
Sure.
were,
What do you want to know specifically, though?
said you got interrupted when you were talking about the origin story. Oh, a couple people.
Oh, yeah, the origin story was then. So then I was going to get. I was right. The thing I was saying was I went to go get New Orleans food at
The best
at
New Orleans
Sugar
restaurant.
Freak, which is super good.
Any objections?
Oh shit! I guess no one's here. I guess there's no dinosaurs to fucking interrupt and talk about their mom's good cooking. And I was with a friend who I I knew this friend from, it was like an internet friend, my friend Justin. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Tino.
Well met.
And we had only just started hanging out in person. He was visiting the city for like the first time, or at least for the first time since I knew him. And I was like, I should take this weird call. Like, we've known each other on the internet for a minute, but like, first time.
This is the first time you met in person.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I actually
I
just
gotta
called
step out.
Cat Joel real quick. No, we were literally walking to we were on the way to Sugar Free. I was
at
crossing.
least you hadn't sat down.
Right.
Right.
I was crossing past Broadway to go like north to like 31st or whatever, when your call came in. We're like, all right, let's have this talk. And it was I was like immediately like, okay, I'm interested in having this conversation at least. Not because I wasn't happy at Giant Bomb. I love Giant Bomb to death. That's why I was so happy to have those dudes on. It was an incredibly difficult conversation or decision to make.
I mean, it was, hey, Austin,
Yeah.
I really like what you do.
Right.
Would you be interested in, you know,
Totally.
running a new gaming site and kind of creating
And at that point,
that?
I had a little bit of a taste of that sort of management from running the Giant Bomb freelancer shit. I'd obviously been a teacher for years. Like, I'd had this like management style shit, and had been, research associate places and shit like that. So like I'd had that sort of experience, and was like itching to do a little bit more of like, oh yeah, I want to build a thing. Like, I want to do a creative thing. That's my thing. That goes in some different directions. But also, I love Giant Bomb. I loved being there. It was a dream to be there. So it ended up being this very weird thing for those next few months of us having talks that were really great, like having our interviews.
Yeah, it's a very long.
It's like I came out and sat down with you, and then I came back and talked to Jonathan Smith, who was on this morning in the Mario Kart thing, and Dory, and CL, who's my boss now, and oh shit, some shit's about to pop off. You don't even know.
Hold up, Origin. We gotta shoot some magic arrows.
You don't even know what's about to pop off. Let's switch off this IFB. Just the pack. Grab that. Go bolt. All right, well, there's the Griffin. Joel.
Oh shit. Are you gonna ride it? Can
Try.
you ride it?
Got him. He knocked me off.
No.
I can just get up. Catch. Get on this Griffin. All right, I got on. Oh, I think he's knocking me off. I think I'm gonna fall to the fucking ground. That's all right. Here, I'll plug it in a second. Once that Griffin goes away. I think it's gone. I think it's gone. I can't, no, Phantasma's running after him. I think he's coming back through. All right, maybe he's gone. Oh, he took there was an ox here before. He got the ox. Oh, get out of here, Goblin. Goblin, get out of here. You should be happy you're alive. I'm like worried that Griffin's gonna come back on me. Yeah, so like a billion interviews, and then all the while, like, it was also still like, oh, let's figure out some cool shit to do with the rest of, like, I was doing Friends of the Table stuff. That was like, I was finishing up Counterweight, which is this
Right, we started talking in April.
Like, right,
we were going into E3.
So then we went to E3, I went to PAX, I was meeting fans, I was like doing all that stuff at the same time, which was great, and was also just like, oh, like, so much could change. I'm gonna make a big, I could be making a big move this year. And also on the DL, this is like some, like, I can say this shit now because we're both here. Patrick and I at that point were talking, and we're like, hey, like, how are you doing? Like, what's your situation like? And we were at that point saying, like, is there a way that we could work together in the future? Like, we met up at PAX.
And you never, you took his job at Giant Bomb.
At Giant Bomb. We never worked at the same place
Right,
together.
but you always kind of stayed in touch.
And we, like, met each other at PAX previously and just had, like, a great dinner and, like, had the feeling like, oh, wow, me and Patrick are going to work together. I don't know when, I don't know where, like no immediate plans, but like then it totally lined up and it turned out great. Like I love working with Patrick. I love breaking stories with Patrick. I love when his sources have some shit. I love when my sources have some shit, and we can go to each other and be like, you hear this? You hear anything about this yet?
Yeah, he doesn't cease to amaze us in like the Discord.
Totally.
You won't hear from him for like 30 minutes, and then he'll be like, hey, I'm talking to
Such and such.
yeah, that did this with this game. You're like, oh,
Yep.
holy shit.
Got him.
You'd best be careful on that canyon floor, Austin, according to that tip.
So here's the thing that for people who are like already annoyed by the pawn chatter, these characters just talk nonstop. And they'll, if you're doing like the same sort of stuff for a long time, because like a lot of JRPGs, this will start repeating content. Not repeating, but like you'll be in the same areas over and over again. You can go in this version of the game and be like, just shh, just what if you just shh, no more. Don't show me what you're doing. Don't tell me what you're doing. Stop chattering at me, which is a good option to have. I kind of like it, so I keep it on.
Subtext of your whole plan was how can we convert Patrick to anime?
How can we bring Patrick to anime? And the answer was always, he is anime. He is
Yeah.
anime in his heart of hearts, his true heart.
Canyon floor. You'll need to stay wary.
They're armed, Master. Is there truly no easier way?
Out of stamina. Come on, catch up. Deep breath, buddy. You're still alive.
Did it! Armed road.
I got distracted and looked away, and I got clocked in the face. Any other questions coming in, Joel?
No. I think well, I'm sure there are.
in that.
That was my lazy initial response. I mean, people were talking about Dan's love for anime or lack of love for anime.
He should love anime.
Yeah.
That boy should love anime.
Visibility is poor. Stay on guard.
What class are you playing?
Magic Archer. Magic with a K.
Magic with a K.
Well, C and a K.
So the real kind
real
of
shit.
magic.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
There's a record store in Fort Greene that moved to upstate New York called Dope Jams.
This way to the water.
And
Good name.
Yeah, and they specialized in records and magic with a K.
Nice.
And
Both.
yeah, both things.
Huh.
And they rank got too high and they moved upstate. But they have
That sounds like New York.
really good records, and then upstairs they have
We have triumphed.
magic.
Okay.
And it's not like you can't say like someone is a witch or someone is but they have
What do you mean you can't?
interesting bits and bobs
Okay.
and
So
spell
they
books.
They don't
and
have anyone there who's like a practicing.
I think they have someone there who's practicing
Okay.
magic with a K.
Not that way.
I just really go there for the records, but
One slip and
It's a good
long
combo.
fall
Were they
down.
always that split in when they were back in Fort Greene still?
yeah. Well, they didn't really have much stuff. They just had like some weird books and shit,
Gotcha.
and really good records, and a really nice sound system. And then they would throw parties in there, and it probably held like 50 people in the
Okay.
store, with this and they had these nice Klipschorn speakers, which are old, really, really amazing sounding speakers, and a Bozak mixer, which is like a rotary DJ mixer. Just like everything was well thought out, and crazy turntables that have this Japanese needle that's very expensive.
Right.
So they're like very meticulous when it comes to like sound, and then they play great records through that for 50 people, and it was a lot of
Quite the
fun.
grand structure.
Sounds good.
A way castle, perhaps.
So if you're ever in upstate New York, check out Dope Jams.
Absolutely will.
New York
Here
House
running water.
Gems.
A river.
Oh, that was so cool to hear you and Just Blaze talk about
Dude, like old New York.
like how
Game
this
shit.
version of the game was emulating Detroit house, and everyone will say like, oh, Detroit techno or Detroit whatever, but like emulating inner city, like
That shit's for real.
all the early Kevin Saunderson stuff, and then the next game was this like.
Yeah, you were already at home at that point, right?
I was at home like
I wish
losing
you'd
my
been here
fucking
because
mind. But you know
don't-
what? I was about to pass out because like I
Right.
had a fever leading into this launch stream,
You did.
and doing this is a lot, especially with the fever. And like if there's anything I don't want to be remembered for, it's like that dude that like passed out during the what would have been an amazing Just Blaze segment.
Uh-huh.
So I played it safe, but you and Patrick were great.
That was so good. Like that
And
was-
Justin's like awesome,
he's just incredible.
super awesome.
He's just the fucking.
I think he said he wanted to come back tomorrow. We'll see.
Didn't say that.
Yeah.
We should reach back out to him quick and actually follow up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow looks like it might be busy also.
Tomorrow may be busy. We'll announce stuff when we can, but some interesting stuff is coming together
Yeah,
late. It should be fun.
it should be. It should be very fun.
I'm on a couple things tomorrow. I'm really excited to play with the.
That's a good question. What are you excited
So at 11, these guys, Team Rocket, who it's Show Kid,
Yep.
Cool Cole. Well, tomorrow it's just going to be Show Kid and Cool Cole, but they do these awesome Rocket League tutorials that are funny and they're very, very good.
And then Team Rocket on YouTube.
Yep, Team Rocket is going to give me their kind of live Rocket League training, and then us three are going to hop into ranked matches together,
Right.
which will rank me at whoever the highest in your team is. So I'll be basically playing against people that probably Show Kid is.
Awesome. So you'll end up being just the.
I hope I can be helpful, but like the aerials and stuff they do are insane.
They're incredible.
So,
They're incredible.
so I'll just try and hit the ball and stay out of the way, I guess. It should be. I'm really looking forward to it though.
Well, that's the thing that's like kind of funny about this whole stream, Joel, is like between like that, the Just Blaze thing, doing shit today with Run Button, who I love, like doing stuff with you and with Patrick and Danielle and Mike is like, and Danica, and I wish I'd been on either of the Crunchyroll segments. It's obviously a lot of work to get something like this together, and obviously, again, I've said this before, but it's not just us. A billion people are helping do it, and like when it happens, it's a gift to us. Like we get to do some cool shit. Like that Just Blaze conversation for me is like going to be the highlight of my year, probably, in terms of like one-on-one interactions I get to have with somebody. Being able to play with Team Rocket tomorrow is like, oh wow, like I get to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. And all the work that we've been doing for months in the lead up to this is like, oh right, like we're doing it because we love it, but also because like there's just some cool shit we get to do too. I think I missed the entrance. I think.
When you look at the programming, like hopefully if we did our job right, and you checked in throughout the stream, it's like all a bit different.
Yep.
And the goal of it was to be video games, tabletops, weird shit.
Right.
And kind of just like introduce all of these things that we've been like talking about for so long about like what do we want to do, like who are we, what are we gonna bring, you know? And so hopefully if you've checked in throughout the stream, it's been a good and you know all over the place by design
Right.
introduction to a bunch of things that we want to do.
Totally.
But all kind of, I think, built around all of your personalities.
Totally.
Attempt that fall. Cross
Oh,
this
there you-
river and we've arrived.
All right.
Terrain is
Shit like that is why
wild
this is
and
cool.
varied
The Clock is a character, is a pawn from one of my friends. It might be Tino's. It might be Justin, who's the guy who I went to Sugar Freak with.
here. Care to find out
Someone's
what
in the
this path leads?
chat that said I remember that conversation.
Was it Drew Madsen?
A
At
cave
Drew Madsen?
entrance hides behind the falls.
It might be at Drew Madsen. Cool.
I like this. Basically everything I've tuned in for has been interesting. Some of it has been great.
Take care, you aren't safe
fucking take that any day.
That's fair, yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say some shit.
Scholars of the faith gave the water gods alternate name not long ago.
I'll put on my.
I'm glad it feels like a sleepover too. Austin and I
Yeah,
have been telling people this
designed
was
it.
a
Absolutely.
lucid slumber party was the word we used.
Exactly.
Words,
It's a good phrase. I don't have any oil to give to. Oh, she has some shit. Why
back
is
in the
that?
day, I used to DJ on Techniques. I'm good.
We were talking about something. I lost the string. Lost the thread.
You know, it's 6:22 in the morning on
I'll do it.
day fucking 3, day 2 something. Have you guys thought about TV shows?
Yeah, we thought about TV shows.
I'd really love to see someone do a documentary series about game jams
Totally.
and not be total garbage. Great. Like those
Totally.
Double Fine Amnesia Fortnite docs. I don't know what those are.
You should watch
Do you know what
those.
those are?
Yeah, totally. You should really watch those.
Double Fine Amnesia.
Amnesia Fortnite is an internal game jam that Double Fine does. That's really fantastic. Not only, I mean, the jam is really cool, but also they work with, is it 2-player productions to shoot and cover what they do? It's really good.
So we've. Let me take it out. Check it out. We've got it opened up in a tab. Any plans on a dark mode for the site? No.
Yeah, you gotta go dark web. Gotta go into the dark
You have to go to your own dark web.
Nice. True.
Yeah, TV is certainly on our minds. As Viceland has essentially like changed a lot of the way we are able to get stuff out there at Vice for all the verticals. So there certainly will.
And things like Vice World of Sports is a good example of like, oh wow, like this is connected to Vice Sports, obviously.
Right.
But also is its own thing on the network. That's awesome. I do not have the fucking build for this right now. Please let me roll. Please let me
Roll out. Roll out.
Castile, get that heel.
And I think when we figure out how we want to do something in gaming on TV that we feel like is super compelling to us and we're stoked about, then
Yeah.
you'll probably hopefully hear about it not too long after.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of attempts. Still a lot of learning, I think, and like how to cover certain things. And we've done a couple documentaries now together, and it's like figuring out how do we cover, because there's a lot of things within competitive gaming that are super fucking compelling, but like
also really hard to follow if you don't
hard to
know
follow. Yeah,
what,
yeah.
You know, a hard carry is.
How do you show the gameplay for a game that's super complex? Do you make it focused around the, 101, and then do you lose your edge as an insider?
Yep.
It's like there's a lot of. I think we actually are about to premiere a doc, which is our second pixel by pixel.
That's correct. The
I'm not
first
gonna
one
tell ya
was
was
Hyperlight Drifter.
Hyperlight Drifter.
Super good.
We'll say what it is soon. And I think we've, like that series to me is super, super interesting. And I've said super like 12 times, but. And then there's other ones that we're like, we've shot pilots for, and we're still fine-tuning the.
Long form and short form, too.
Yeah, both long form and short form. So as soon as we're stoked about something, you'll see it.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot of pretty out of the box weird stuff that I think is pretty weird, and
I agree.
I'm excited to show you.
One of the things that I get most excited about is like when my boss, who is CL, oh man, yeah, freeze those dudes.
Freeze them lizards.
I love it when my boss freezes lizards. Shouts to CL.
I think she just tuned in too.
Did she? Shouts to CL. Real talk though, one of the things that gets me most excited is when like she gets excited about a thing, because she's someone who understands enough, just enough about games, and obviously a lot about wider culture where it's like, okay, if this works with you, this really works. And that is always, like, her enthusiasm gets me excited. I know when she was around earlier, she's like, oh wow, like, this segment's working, there's a smile on her face. Like, that's a good vibe, good feeling.
Yeah, and
I think we're gonna fight this one big lizard and then
fight
be
this
done with
lizard.
Dragon's
People
Dogma
want to
for
know if
now.
you were going to do more stuff like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said this on Twitter because the segment ended a little bit early. Not early. The segment didn't end early. It ended late because we pushed it late. But I've been thinking about I've been thinking about how to shoot Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detectives board game that we played this morning. For years and years and years. Like, how do I put people playing this game on film in a way that's like compelling? And for a long time I thought it was like, oh, it's showing the newspapers or it's like getting close-ups on the map in weird ways. But it isn't. The answer is like shooting the people talking, having great angles, which is what the production team did. I'm like so happy with it, and like being able to capture the light of a room and of the morning in that way, made it feel really, I don't know, like of a time and a place, and that really helped. All right, we killed that little mini boss here. We
Killed that lizard. You got the loot.
I got the loot. I think we can call Dragon's Dogma here. I'm gonna save my game, and we're gonna take another little short break. And then we're going to come back to 72 hours, 72 games, the Waypoint launch stream. Get out there on social media. Hit up Twitter, hit up Facebook, hit up Instagram. We have a Snapchat filter where you can promote the launch. Let people know to swing by. You know, waypoint.vice.com/waypoint72 is our landing page. You can go to twitch.tv/waypoint. Waypoint.vice.com is the website. There's a great editorial up there right now.
You said
so much more to
Waypoint a
come.
lot.
Waypoint.
Is it like toy boat?
That's my
toy
fucking
boat,
problem.
Toy boat.
Yeah, it is.
Toy boat.
Goes around.
Rubber buggy.
Bumpers.
Rubber baby.
Yeah, I don't know that. Anyway, we're gonna be
We're
back.
out.
We're out.